Welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up the different types of water volumes that we have in the engine. So rivers and lakes, and then I'm going to show you how we can use those to be either clean water or poisoned by changing their material properties. So I've already shown that you can get the ocean by raising the ocean or lowering the terrain to get to the ocean, but this is primarily salt water, and what's probably best for inland water, and which you'll have more control over, is using water volumes. So let's remove this water and replace it with a water volume. So I'm first gonna flatten the land to a point where it's just above the ocean. Now you can lower the ocean in the terrain tab up here and edit terrain, or you can raise the terrain to go above the ocean. It's either one, up to you. Let's raise this. I've just gone on the flatten tool, just flattening my area where I want this lake. Just go around and do this quickly. Go. And almost done. There we are. There we go. I'm just going to paint the terrain a little bit underneath. We want this wet sand. Put that. Oh, of course. Paint this underneath our lake. I'm doing this very quickly, so you could be a lot more careful when you do this. I'm just going to do it quite rough for this demonstration. Let's get rid of that grass. Not sure why you'd want grass in the water. Cool. I think that'll do for now. So we need to go to the roll-up bar. We need to go to objects, and I believe it's area. Yes, area. Then there's one called water volume. We want to click that. We want it to follow terrain. Now this is where you get to draw out where you want this lake. So we want it at, well, the edges here. So you just click again to make another point, click again to make another point. You just keep going around. It's very, very, very simple. Click, and that'll do. And then we can go down to the bottom here and reset the height, and that will just level out all our points we just put down to the same height as the main origin point, which is the first place we clicked. Okay, now we need to apply a material to it, because right now it's got no material, so you don't see any water. So we need to apply a material to it. So we click on the materials editor, which is this button here. You get this box. And this is where all the materials are kept for every single object in the game. So we're going to search for water volumes. There it is. It's materials, water volumes. And we're going to look for a creek. So we've got creek clean, creek poison, and creek rad. And each one of these has different properties to them. So clean is it's clean water that the player can drink, and then creek poison is well, it's poisonous, and rad, it's radiation. And these are all defined by the surface type. You see here, it's water clean, this is water poison, etc. But there's already ones pre-made for you in this file. So we're going to add water clean to this one. There we go. Now we got our lake. And we obviously want to go to the move tool, move down the origin just. Our lake. Quite shallow, but but it still works. And now if you look in the properties of our water volume, at the top you can rename it if you wish, and then you can change all the different properties here. So you can do like the fog density, so you can put that 0.1, that makes it less foggy in the water. We can change the color of it. We get like greenish. Bluish is quite nice, more natural in it. It's basically how we make a lake. And you see that the texture's quite tiled. You can change that as well using the U scale and V scale here. So we can put 0.5, 0.5, or we can do it quite extreme, maybe 0.1. That just changes the tiling of it. It's very useful if you're doing rivers as well. So we can save that. We can jump in game, Control G to jump into game. And there's our lake. And it already, all the ripples and everything set up. I mean, if it was deep enough, we could swim through this. I think there might be enough point over here. No. You get the idea that when you put a water volume down, all the mechanics for swimming all work automatically and everything else. So that's just one of them. We can also make a river. Time of day. We can make a river. Maybe I want a river that goes along the side of this cliff here. So we go in our modify. No, modify. I go in our objects tab again. Area. It's not an area. It's in misc. And then there's river. Like that. Conform to terrain again. And then we, just like the water volume tool, this is more like the road tool, to be honest. You can click all the different points you want. I want it to go around the edge of this, like through there, like that. And then we're going to can the width on it. So maybe we want this, I don't know, 40. And again, there's no material set on it, so we need to go back into our material editor, which is up here, open material editor, and then search for water volume again. And there should be water rapids, which is one that flows along the river. Now you see like these points are lower than the actual river. It's because it flattens it according to the first origin point here. So the first click that you make will be the height of your river. So you can kind of ignore these, or you can click edit and we can raise these back into position, but it makes no difference. So we want to put this in the ground a bit. about there. We want to use the modify tool. We want to lower the height map to create our river. I'll use the flatten tool for this one as well. We can go lower it to right height, click on flatten, hold control, click, and pick our height, our radius correct of the river. There we go. Just a hole for our river. Fairly easy, fairly straightforward, and very quick to do as well. Now it goes in here somewhere. There we go. You can see like it's not low enough to get the edges in our little ditch that we just made. We can just lower it again, so we can click on the river again. Lower it. And you can lower it incrementally down here. See the Z? Just click it or click and drag down here. There we go. Now we got a river. And you can see how the material's a bit stretched and squished. We need to go to our properties again and change the scaling. So the U scale and V scale. And one's one way and one's the other way, so we just need to figure that out. So it's got to be maybe 0.1. Look at that. Maybe we do this on like 5. One on 0.5. There we go. That's all really dependent on how thick you make the river. So the width here can stretch the texture, but you can just stretch it back out like that. Sometimes you get this weird issue. I think that's just due to our step size. We'll put that on like 10. There we go. Yeah. When the these vertices are too close to each other, so if I put it on 1, see there's loads more vertices. You can sometimes get this weird effect. It's just because of the step size here. So we can increase that, and it spreads out the vertices a bit more and makes it a bit better. I do want to raise all these points so I can see them more clearly. I'm going to copy the Z value, so we're going to go edit, click on the origin, and copy the Z value, or Z height of that one, and just annoying. Just get it the correct height. That's better. We can just drag it up a bit actually. We can see where our river goes. So this is clean water, but maybe we want to make it poisoned. We can do that. So when players drink from it, it's not clean water, it's dirty. And you have to use purification tablets to clean it. And that's simply easily done by just changing the material to a different one. There's clean, poison. Poison just means dirty. Let's do some sand clean on it. Paint some rocks on it. Or is it riverbed? Let's do riverbed. That might be better. Meh, I don't like that one. River rocks, I think there's one called that. cliff back on here. Ask that by altitude. Just a cliff on there. Back to our vegetation tool, we can move these trees out of the way that we lowered. And just get those up here. Very quick, very easy. You can really get great results. Super easy, super fast. There's my river. And if we wanted to add a current to it, there's also a speed. So this is the physics that can pull objects or pull dead bodies or pull boats or anything physical that lays on top of the water or under the water. So maybe we put that on 5, and then whatever it is in this river will actually get dragged by it. And that's it. That's all there is to it.